Hi, we're here at PETA's West Coast headquarters, the Bob Barker Building. I'm Tracy Ryman, PETA's Executive Vice President.
And I'm Lisa Lange, PETA's Senior Vice President. You know, PETA has a motto, never be silent. And who popularized that first? Mr. Bob Barker himself. He signed off every Price is Right, urging people to get their dogs and cats spayed and neutered. He also made sure that fur was never a prize on Price is Right. He is the OG, never be silent man.
Now come along with us on a PETA history tour of LA.
I love Bill Maher for 1,000,001 reasons. You know, he once said he loves his dogs because every time he comes home, they make him feel like the Beatles. He's someone who has been with PETA for decades. He's on our honorary board. He stands for everything that's good. He's helped us with every campaign, but one of the campaigns that is most important to him is ending all tests on animals, and we love him for it. Mwah.
You know you're doing something right when you've got the Beatles on your side. Here we are at Paul McCartney's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Paul famously said, if slaughterhouses have glass walls, everyone would be a vegetarian. And he's educated tens of millions of people with his wonderful video, Glass Walls, which walks you through what happens to animals who are raised and killed for food in the meat industry.
And then there's Dear Dick Gregory, with whom I had the great fortune to work with several times. We all know him because he was a great civil rights activist and also a very funny comedian. But because he adhered to nonviolent principles, he went vegetarian in the 1960s, and he talked about it his entire life. He was also passionate about getting animals out of the circus and other forms of abusive captivity. When you think of Hollywood royalty, one name comes to mind, and that's Angelica Houston. Of course, her father was the famous John Huston. She said that growing up and in her career, she saw a lot of animal abuse on the sets of various films. And as a result, she spoke out against it and worked with PETA specifically on getting chimpanzees out of entertainment.
Here we are at the Hollywood sign. And of course, the explosion in vegan food didn't happen magically. It came about because of years of undercover investigations, our relentless campaigning, and our opportunism. Several years ago, when the land next to the Hollywood sign came up for sale, we offered to rent the space right next to it to put a big sign that said Go Veg. So it would say Go Veg Hollywood. Too much discussion. We're here at Los Angeles City Hall, where the final nail was put into Ringling's coffin when they banned the bullhook, which made it impossible for Ringling Brothers to continue to come to this city. It was one of the great things they've done. They've also banned fur in the city of Los Angeles and many other great things.
So they say never return to the scene of a crime. But who are they anyway? So this is the Tournament of Roses. The esteemed Rose Parade takes place every year. And a few times in the past couple of decades, they've made some really strange decisions. One of them was in 2014 to allow in a SeaWorld float. Like, what were they thinking? When they wouldn't change their minds, we tried to change them for them, and we disrupted the Rose Parade. And several years before that, they had a General Motors float. So Ingrid Newkirk came to this exact spot, jumped in front of the GM float, and we stopped that too.
Hi, you're probably wondering why I'm standing outside a kids' gym. Well, not long ago, it was a pet store, but we worked with the South Pasadena City Council to ban the sale of cats, dogs, and rabbits in the city. And not long after that, the entire state of California followed suit. Los Angeles is one of the most vegan-friendly cities in the country with 72 vegan restaurants.
It's actually the most vegan-friendly. New York, you have nothing on us. I'm a Los Angeles native. We're here at Donut Friend, which is an entirely vegan donut shop, the best.
Well, and we're going to leave you here, hungry for more animal rights victories.
Donuts, Donut Friend. Let's go 2022.